Hello, I'm Bood FM and welcome to my channel. If you're brand new, thank you very much for joining us here today. Come and join the family, smash that subscribe button, and while you're all here together, don't forget to tickle the like button. And if you want to support my channel a little bit more, you can always pledge to my Patreon. You'll find a link to that down below. Right then, rebuilding Nottingham Forest. It's a beta, obviously. The beta's come out a bit early, which is pretty cool. Came out a couple of days ago, so obviously I've had to plough into a season. I've played one season with Forest, and I'm super excited to get stuck into it. Big fan of FM20. Absolutely loved it. I've never played as much Football Manager as I have on any version ever since it's gone digital. But it was a great game. FM20, pretty much the same game, I'll be honest with you. I've had a few moans about a few things. I might talk about them, but it is a beta. And, you know, obviously the full game's not out yet, and it's all about testing it, really, isn't it? Hopefully you're going to enjoy this. I know one person, a good friend of mine, Joe Page, probably won't because he's a Derby fan. But I hope the rest of you do. Can we take the Forest? Eh? Two-time Champions League winners back to the top. The story starts now. So here we are with Nottingham Forest on FM20, and you know, it does look pretty much the same. There's a few different things. Obviously we've got the report a bug because it is a beta. You might be able to see that there. But they've like removed the youth teams. I don't know if I'm missing something, but I think the only way you get into a youth team is by going on your squad and looking through it that way. The actual tab part of it is gone for now. So's the board. You just better just click on board and go and talk to your board. You can do that somewhere else. But you know, it is what it is. It's the preferences bit that annoys me the most. I used to think the preferences page worked perfectly fine. Now if we go to preferences here, it's all like this, and you click on advanced and you've got to go through it all a bit differently. I'm just not. I think they think they've made it better. I don't think it's better. But that's one thing. But that's the game itself seems the same. Majority of it, I'd say 95% of it, is exactly the same. Once you start playing it, it feels the same. Now, obviously, we've got this development centre, which is pretty cool as you play the game. So that's telling you about some of your good young players and that. It gives you good information. Quite like it. Dynamics hasn't changed. That's the same. Tactics hasn't changed. It's exactly the same, which means you can transfer your tactic from FM19. So if you've got a tactic you love, you can transfer it. Just take it out the file on FM19, stick it in the new file for FM20. Always check things before you delete your old game, by the way, because I've had to. You can transfer older files over. Obviously, I've got. I'll show you now. So obviously, Sky Bet Championship is fine. Although when you load the normal game up, Forest's logo is crap. So I've downloaded an updated logo pack. I've got all the proper things in it again. I've got all the proper badges. I've also got, if we go on the best team in the world, Manchester United, all the proper kits. I can't play it without it. So these little touches I always do. I've done the name fix as well because Juventus, I've got some weird name, the Juventus in here too. So I can't have that. I've got the Brazil fix, everything. I make sure my game is stacked, even on the beta. We're here in Nottingham, famous, of course, for Robin Hood. Sherwood Forest used to be huge, I think. It used to go across most of the country. It's quite small now. I have been to it when I was a kid. Been to Nottingham a few times. But Forest, they were a club that when I was a kid, everyone talked about because of the history. They were in the Premier League when I was younger. I think it's been a good 20 years since they've not been in the Premier League. And they're a team that they should be. The history they've got, there are clubs in the Premier League who would kill you for one Champions League trophy, let alone two. So, you know, fair play. Play at the City Ground, right by the river. It's pretty sweet. 30,000. I found some quality pictures of what they want to do to it. Looks really good. Hopefully they can achieve that one day. When it comes to training facilities, got good training, good youth. So there's loads of room to grow here. This is a club itching to get bigger. And hopefully over the next few episodes we'll be able to do that. Interestingly, we've got some affiliates. No money affiliates, but we've got a connection in Greece, which is okay, but I won't say they're any bigger than us. They're probably smaller than us. This connection is pretty cool though. Don't know if it's going to give me any benefits, but I might be able to loan some players off them in the future, which would be really good. This beats most clubs in the Premier League. 2 Champions League trophies. Pretty sweet. 1 Premier League. Now is It's mad that really. And I think they won the league back in the day. You had to win the league to get in the Champions League. And then they won the cup, so they got back into it the next year. That's how they ended up back in it. Because they did it back to back, which is amazing. You know what I mean? That's how good they were. But they've won League Cups, obviously FA Cups a couple of times. Here we are on the general page. Captains, Michael Dawson is about 80 years old. Not sure I want to keep him though. We'll look at that in a minute. Fierce rivals Derby, of course. Both shared Clough as managers, didn't they? Yeah, quite close to each other. Two of my friends in the community are from Derby. One isn't a Derby fan, that is that guy JC. Great content creator. Go check him out. He's actually a Rochdale fan. But a really good friend of mine, Joe Page, he is a Derby fan, and I don't know if he's that happy about me doing this. But hopefully he'll enjoy it. Eventually, the club is in a better position than I thought it was going to be. I think, did they get some investment a while back? I'm not 100% sure. But 15 million in the bank, 3.5 to spend. I've got an half decent squad, we'll have a look at that in a minute, but my plan was to spend nothing. Or to get some loans in and just do the best I can, see what happens. You know me though, my one thing, new game, old game, don't care, is always staff. And when you're on this page, you might as well be on FM19 and changed habit. You've got a few new roles though. Got a technical director. And you still have a director of football if you want. You can have a loan manager, even though I'm not allowed one. I don't know if that's, you can basically put someone in charge of doing your loans. I don't know why you'd want to do that. But apart from that, there's no real changes. And to be fair, we've got a very good staff, but there's some absolute class out there. Now, I don't know if it's because it's a beta, but you've got loads of like regen staff that are awesome. Not loads, but like especially for roles like this. Head of youth, so thank you very much. I'm going to try and get him. Now, we of course have this, which is the club vision. This is a new thing, and I will tell you now, you'll see it up here. You get graded like you're at school, so every month when you're playing, you'll get like a news thing saying, here's your monthly gradings. And they tell you what they think of your transfers, your performances, what the fans think, what the squad is. And they give you like A+, B+, C-, and you get an overall grade. Your monthly performance has been B-. And you're like, eh? Anyway, so yeah, this is all the things I agreed to. I just agreed to everything. I couldn't be asked messing about when I took the job. So they want me to play attacking football. There's a 5-year plan, which I think is pretty cool. Quickly, just in case you haven't got the game and you're not seeing anyone else's content. Training is again pretty much the same. It looks the same. Everything feels the same. Even when you're doing your coaches, going your coaches, all that's the same as FM19. That's the same as FM19. Nothing too different with all that, to be fair. This is the Sky Bet Championship, and I'm well excited. So we are actually predicted to be 6, so we're a nearly team, aren't we? But we've got some really good teams above us. Some really good teams below us, like Huddersfield, who've just got relegated. So that surprised me that we're above them. And Middlesbrough, really, but I've got some decent players. But, you know, that's a playoffs. I want to get in the playoffs. We've got a squad now with no additions that can apparently finish 6. Hopefully, tweak the staff. Hopefully, the VOLCANO works. Hopefully, find some good loans. Bit higher. Happy days. And this is what the board want me to do. Minimum playoffs, which, fair enough. I think if I didn't, this might only be one episode. I'll have to think of something else. But yeah, I think the Cups at Carabao, fair enough. Emirates, they want me to get to the 4th round. I just don't want to worry about them. I don't want any pressure with them. I think we should just be concentrating on the league. It's the 3rd of August. We're about to play our first game in the league. And this is different. Now, I quite like this now because they've moved the ins and out prices to here. So I no longer block it. So you can see it. But obviously, all the deals that have happened this summer, these aren't all my deals. All I've done is bring in a couple of loans, and I've got my staff, the youth team geezers, bringing in any half decent young players. I'm letting them do that for now. This first season, I just wanted to get around the game and worry about the first team. First off, we brought in a really good young centre half called Lucas May. That's what I'm going to call him. 19-year-old German from Bayern bloody Munich, who I think is really good. Next player is another German, another young German, and another German from Bayern Munich. And this kid, brilliant. I needed his backup on the wings, and he can play perfectly on both wings. Next up is a player from Liverpool, Ryan Brewster. I like him. I like him a lot. Young, English, again, loads of promise. And last but not least, we've got a lad from Manchester United, of course. Let's get one player from United. Got loads of good young players at Manchester United. And here's James Garner, who again, loads of promise. Again, he's young. And hopefully he's going to be fresh and fighting for his place in the Championship. What I love about Football Manager sometimes is if it's done deals itself, he still lets you do deals. So any loans that Nottingham Forest have took out in real life are in place. But then they still let me take out other loans. Now, I'll only be able to use so many of them on match day. I think it's 5, I think. But I've still got loads of loans this year, which is great. And one of them loans is this geezer, Muric, from Manchester City. I've had him before on something else, I'm sure we have. Good young goalkeeper. We've already got our own goalkeeper, Samba, 25-year-old from the Congo, who again is really good. I was well happy. Over to the right backs, and we've got Kyle Jenkinson, who I think's good. He's come from Arsenal, I think, hasn't he? This summer in real life. Worth a few quid, decent wage for the Championship, but I'm happy with him. His backup, again, is a decent backup. Over to left backs, and I'm happy. Again, especially with my starter, Jack Robinson, 25 years old. I think he's good. He's got some really good attributes I really like. He can throw a ball. And we've got this other geezer, Ribeiro, who, to be fair, I liked a lot as well. He's only young, isn't he? Never heard of him, but I like him. Over to the centre of defence. And again, we've got some guys here already. We've got this guy called Chima, I think. 27-year-old. I like him. His mark, his tackle, his positioning is all decent in the Championship. We've got FLE. Could never say his name years ago when booed in the hood. I had him at booed in. Did I have him booed in the hood? When I did my Huddersfield save a couple of years ago, because he played for Huddersfield, didn't he? German, 28-year-old. He's half decent, so I'm happy with him. I can never say his name. We've got Joe Worrell, who's only 22, English, and I like him. I like a bit of Joe. And then we've got this geezer and all, so we're stacked at centre half. And obviously, I brought in Lucas May. Over to the middle, quite an important part of the tactic. You need some good central midfielders, and our top dog is Mr. Jacob, who I think played for West Brom at some point. He was getting on, his contract's going to run out. I was going to see how he did this year, see who I could bring in, but at the minute he's the top dog. We've got a guy here on loan from Benfica, already in place. So that's a good little thing for Forest, that, isn't it? We've got Samba So, who I think turns out better than he looks. I've got James Garner, quite like him. Now, I didn't talk about it before, but I signed Darren Fletcher. That's it. Someone laughed at me. I signed him in the past, but I brought him in to be the new captain and just back up. And I think he's a great backup. If I need to chuck him in the Championship, I think he'll do a job. He'll just sit there and just do his job. I like that a lot. And then we've got a few other guys like Yatesy who can play there. So that's pretty much it. Over to the right wing, and my wingers aren't bad, you know, especially for this division. We've got a guy called Joe Lolly, who I know of. I know a bit of Joe, 26-year-old. I think he'll do me a good job. And we've got Matty Cash, 21-year-old Englishman, who I end up falling madly in love with. And he's also quite a good-looking dude. Not gay, but yeah, a decent player. Over to the left, and of course, Joe Lolly can play on the left. Legend that is Joe Lolster. But we've got this guy now, J.O. Carvalho, 22-year-old. He's an AMC, but he's a full green left winger. So he's going to be on my left winger. On my left wing. I think he was injured though at the start of the season. And we've got this guy, Oliver Batista. See that? I like that. That's smooth. It does that. I like that. Anyway, Oliver Batista, like the wrestler, WWE, Mayor, is the guy loaned. Now, of course, the money position, where the goals come from, hopefully. And we've got Lewis Graban. Is that how you say his name? Graban. 31-year-old, been around the block. Decent, all-round striker. We've got this guy, though, on loan from Wolves. Remember Rafa's name. Remember his face. Remember it. And then we've got Brewster, and we've got Zach Clough, who's got it with the ugly stick, didn't he? It fell out the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. But yeah, back up. What's great is what I did was to make it easy was if I just went out there and if I found someone amazing, I offered them a deal. And what's great is they'll come to you and say it's rejected, but if you want, you can sack him. And you get the choice. I think you could do this in the past, but it just seems a bit better this time. So I just got that head of youth and it just said, do you want to sack the old one? Yeah. And I just did it that way. If I found someone good, I offered him a deal. And if I could sack someone shitter than them, I did. Now, one of the things I think is a fault, maybe I'm being silly, is when you go into your staff responsibilities, you get a lot of options. That's one thing I don't like either. I think there's too much going on, and it doesn't seem to work. I'm supposed to be in charge of things, but the computer's still taking over things. Like, I'm supposed to be doing friendlies, but the computer's still arranging them for me. I don't understand why. So we ended up with a massive load of friendlies and left it. I need to try and figure that out. There's things like in the future when I'm offering a contract, or someone offers, I want to sell someone, and the computer will turn it down, and I'll go in the staff thing, and I'm in charge of it. Why is the computer taking over? Now, like I said, maybe I'm just getting it wrong, but it seems way too much. It's like you go into staff responsibilities now, and look at all this. You've got all this, right? And you can go in your contracts part, advice and all that, which is similar, but then you've got your scouting. You've got to sort your scouting out, all that stuff. Transfers and contracts. Look, I'm supposed to do it myself, and the computer still takes over. The computer's in charge of the young ones, as you can see. Like I said, I'm not worrying about the youth team at the minute. I'm in charge of the first team. I don't know. It's weird. The league's already kicked off. We're one of the last teams to play. And like all my other rebuilds, we're going to jump forward to January and see what I'm doing at the halfway point. Well, we ain't doing bad. I think we're doing bloody brilliantly. We are third, obviously in the playoffs, right at the top of the playoffs, but we ain't far. Maybe far away from Leeds. Dirty Leeds. Well, they're going to win the league. But we're in there with Brentford. Hey, battling it out. Only lost 3. Drawn 4. Won 18. And Rafa Mir is a beast. He don't really look it, but he loves the Volcano and he is banging them goals in. And the Volcano seems to be working brilliantly defensively on this game. Leeds are great. So Leeds are Leeds. I hate saying that, but they are. And we're second. It's scoring goals. Even though we've got a good goal scorer, or maybe as a team we're not scoring as many as some of the other teams, especially Leeds and Brentford, who we're battling it out with for that maybe second automatic spot. Can't stop scoring goals. So, you know, it is what it is. We've just got to keep going and see what happens. It started off brilliantly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games we won on the bounce. I'm thinking the Volcano, it's destroying FM20. And then we went on a bit of a bad run. Got beat off Barnsley, drew with Stoke, beat off Blackburn, drew with Brentford, beat Leeds, by the way. We beat Leeds. So yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Went another good run. And last bit we lost against Millwall. We drew with Huddersfield, the biggest team in the world. And then we're going to be coming back on the 1st to play Blackburn. So still a long way to go at this point. Lots of games played, but halfway, I had no issues. I was starting to really enjoy the game. Now this is the squad, arranged by average rating. You'll see the boys that are doing the business for me. You'll see Rafa up there, brilliant. Carl Jenkinson, brilliant. Ribeiro, my left back, he won the battle. Or with Robinson, was it the other guy? Brilliant. Matty Cash, what a player. I've just got a good team. I like it. Obviously, it could be better. Always could. But I had no real complaints. Now, of course, we played in the League Cup. It'd have been nice to go on a good run. But like I said, I wasn't too asked about it. I just wanted to concentrate everything on that league. Getting out of this league. Getting in the Premier League. Money, money, money. But we started off pretty well. We played Rochdale at home, beating them 2-0. Jenkinson and Darren Fletcher. Well, then we played Wolves, so yeah, we couldn't play our star striker, which is unfortunate because we've loaned him from Wolves. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, they had more of the ball, they created more chances, they played better. It was only 1-0. When it comes to the FA Cup, obviously it hasn't started, but we've drawn Luton, and hopefully I can beat these easily. They're not doing that well in our league. I know a Luton fan, Ben DPB. I'm actually recording a podcast with him tonight for Passion for FM. I'm on as a guest. Check me out. So when that's out, I'll tell you about it. Financially, though, we are losing money. We had 15 million, remember? And I didn't buy anyone, but we are spending it. So yeah, I don't know what kind of board we've got. I don't know how generous he is. So if we don't get out of this league, next year might be different. And here is the monthly performance review I told you about. Even though I think I'm doing good, we're freaking third. I got a B+. B+. Summarise, the board are delighted with your leadership qualities. You're getting a B+ at this point. Club vision B+, matches B-, transfers B-, not made any. Fans are satisfied with a C. Are they? I mean, that's not bad. But when you think I'm third, how'd you get an A? I deserve an A- at least. Time for the running. It's now April. Before we look at the league, let's start with the FA Cup. And we had Luton. We were destroying these. 4-0. I was loving it. Easy freaking peasy. Made 3 changes and it all went tits up a bit for us, really. And scored 2 and nearly scored a third. Well, we looked out a little bit because we'd drawn another team at a similar level to us, West Brom, away, so it was a bit tougher, but we played brilliantly. Matty Cash, legend. Rafa, even more of a legend. It was a battle. But if you look at the average ratings, it looks like we were amazing, but it did feel way more even. But yeah, we got through. Where we met the mighty Premier League team, Brighton, who beat us in the 5th round 2-1. Only just, though. Only just. Do you know what? It was this close, man. But you know, fair play to our lads. They did alright, but that was it. Cup's done. Let's concentrate on the league, where we are still 3rd. With 6 games to go, 18 points up for grabs, and with 3 points behind Brentford. We've easily got the most prolific striker in the league. If he plays Forest, he's already there. You don't have to sign him. He is there. Get the VOLCANO, he will score you 30 goals. Look at that! We were going to have to beat our arch rival first, Derby. Then we had Fulham, Preston, Swansea, Barnsley, Stoke. There's no easy games in this league. I think a lot of the teams are very samey. I mean, look at our current form. We've kind of let it go a bit bang average for a bit, really. We've been out here, there, and everywhere this second half of the season, which was a bit annoying. I don't feel like I've had a real good solid run of wins. It's been a win, a draw, a loss, maybe a win back-to-back, and then a loss on a draw. So yeah, I mean, we've had some great results, but I've dropped silly points. Like in close games, like Cardiff. Where's Cardiff? That was a close one. Yeah, 3-2. So yeah, you just never know. First, we're away to Derby, our arch rival. One of the rare games we actually get on TV. We are in the Championship, and we beat them 2-1. Sorry, Joe. They were better than us as well. Wow. But look, when we scored our goals, and then we just got battered. But who cares? We did enough. We then beat a very good Fulham team. A team just come out of the Premier League, for God's sake. So, and we didn't just beat them. We absolutely destroyed them. A lot of the time, I'm getting results like this. I'm getting a lot of greens. I'm loving the VOLCANO. It's still legendary, people. Until you play Preston away, and you look like you're the better team, but you're not. And then Swansea come to town, and it's 2-2, and you're thinking, shit. But then luckily we bounced back, and this was an important victory for me because it was away from home. I think Barnsley were a good team. It was bang even, to be fair. We just got the goal early doors, and it was close. I mean, look who got man of the match. I think whenever your goalkeeper gets man of the match, that says a lot for the other team. And then we finished off with a great result against Stoke, who are doing that well. They're down near the bottom. But we deserved it. And the scoreline was fun. The game was fun. There's goals at both ends. Some of their players were great. My players were just that little bit better. But did we do enough? You know what? We were 3 points behind, and we lost one and drew one. So did we do enough? We got promotion. Hey? On goal difference. Finish this off sort of this morning. Middle of the day. Wow. I mean, I think that's quite mad. Leeds going up on 102, and we had us and Brentford on 99. Brentford went on and won the playoffs, so fair play to them. I felt a bit shady if they didn't. But yeah, automatic promotion into the Premier League. Rafa May, if I could sign him, I was going to try, because shit me, he can't stop scoring goals. But yeah, blew all the expectations off the door. If that's even a saying, I did it. That's what I did. With the number 1 defence in the entire league, and the 3rd best attack. When you think I just had the standard Forest squad and a couple of loans, I think we did alright. Financially, we've got -8 in the bank. They've just took out a £90 million loan, so they've given me money to spend, but we're going in the Premier League, so it'd be interesting to see if this changes, and then over the course of the Premier League, see what changes. But I was going to lose a lot of my squad because the loan players and a few contract deals. It was going to be a crazy summer, but I was well excited because by the time, at the actual time of filming this, I haven't played anymore. So I don't know what's going to be out there, who's available, and then freeze, what kind of loans are going to pop up, what kind of players can I find, because I've been scouting all year long. So yeah, I mean, I love it. It feels new and fresh. So there we go. That is the end of episode 1 of Rebuilding Nottingham Forest. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to not only smash the like button, but subscribe if you're new. And hopefully you're going to stick around for the full beta series of Rebuilding Nottingham Forest. And depending on how much you can play, I'm hoping to do 3 seasons a week like I have been doing. Hopefully, maybe not 6 episodes maximum over the 2-week beta period until the new one comes out. Once the actual full game comes out, which don't forget, if you've entered the competition, I'll be drawing it when the full game comes out on the 19th. I'll be starting a new series. I've got a mini Let's Play with Munchen Club, and I've got a story coming out pretty soon after that as well, which I'm well excited about. Loads of content, honestly. Can't wait to get going. I'm itching to make new content with a new game. But thank you as always for taking the time out of your busy day. I would like to know what you think, not only of the series with Forest and this first season, but I'd like to know what you think of FM20 if you've got it. Let me know. Let's get chatting down below. You have a good weekend. Stay safe. Tell your wife, your missus, or your boyfriend that you love them. I love you. I'm Bood. See you next time.